Right, and finding some new adult beverages.
Yeah, Mike was by the studio last night. What was the name of that stuff that you got? I never even heard of that.
Toro Chio or something like.
Toro Chio.
I think that's what it was.
Toro Chio. This is what you found. Was that any good?
They were good. I think that's what they were called. I have no idea. Yeah. Topo
Toro
Chico.
Tor,
Topo Chico.
Topo Chico.
Yes.
That could be a sponsor. If
They
anybody could sponsor Topo Chico, it could be us.
they were good. I'm not a big seltzer guy, but I like to try different things. So
Seltzer.
they were so good. They had like the hard seltzer spiked sparkling water, and then they had the other case that I bought was the margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were fire.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is episode 340 of the Two Dumb Yinzers. Mike is hungover from Topo Chico.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better as the day goes.
What I didn't know was this, Derby. Why didn't you tell me that the Taylor Swift wasn't done? Yeah, I didn't know. I thought she was done. I thought she was out of town and gone.
I wanted it to be a surprise.
There was a whole nother day. It was a whole nother day.
2 days of T Swift in Pittsburgh. What more can a guy ask for?
I mean,
the stadium up
do I dare say it?
To the number of
Huggins?
73,117.
It's a lot of people.
Boy, she good. Man, I wish I knew what it was about her, because like I said, I mean, obviously something good is going on with her, that this many people jam pack into the stadium
People
2 days in a row.
People love her.
Even the West Virginia basketball coach joined on in fun.
Really?
Bob Huggins had a great time.
He was there.
He was there, but he thought he was in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, my man blew like what, a .123 or something like that. He blew twice the legal limit.
Oh, gee, well, you got a DUI?
Oh yeah, there were like beer all throughout the car. He thought he was in Columbus.
Resigned now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's shitty.
Yeah, but anyway, Taylor Swift, 2 days worth, baby. That's what we need.
Yeah. So there you go, everybody. Taylor Swift. This weekend is finally done. Guys are getting tired of hearing about it. Especially if you're not a fan and you have no interest whatsoever in the particular, a particular artist, to hear it over and over and over and over and over, and just constantly down your news feed. And
like, I wonder if this would be like for people who, like someone like me. I'm not a big Beatles guy, so hearing about the Beatles nonstop, I wonder if this is what it's like for.
I imagine
for
so.
like non-Beatles fans.
They fall into that group. I mean, gazillion people just love them, and
I don't hate them. Yeah. I recognize they have talent, but they're just not my jam.
Right.
That's what Taylor Swift is. So, but a lot of people like who are hating on Taylor Swift, they love the Beatles. So, like it's like put yourself in the other person's shoe, and you will understand how like we feel about the Beatles the way you feel about T Swift. I don't know. She has talent, I guess. She's.
Well, she generated millions of dollars in Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh and business and things like this. So
good for her.
Get this, guys. You want to hear something cool? I just stumbled across this. Really has nothing to do with anything.
Mm-hmm.
1 million seconds ago. 1 million seconds ago was 11 days ago. Okay. Mm-hmm. 1 million seconds was 11 days. 1 billion seconds ago was 1992. 31 years ago. Get this, 1 trillion seconds ago. Anyone want to take a stab? 31,000 BC.
Ooh.
1 million seconds ago was 11 days ago. 1 billion seconds ago was 1992. 1 trillion seconds ago was 31,000 BC. Boy, that puts things into perspective that I clearly don't understand and can't grasp the size of this, because geez, oh man,
like how far time is and everything. It's insane. Time in this, like how big actual numbers are themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's why, like people talk about like millionaires versus billionaires, like the vast difference of money, and you can't really picture. But once you put it in a time perspective like that, my God, these numbers become easier to visualize, and that's just insane.
Woo! All right, guess we could talk about some sports.
Oh yeah,
Well, let's talk about the good stuff first.
yeah. Let's get the good stuff out the way.
So the Pittsburgh Maulers have qualified for the playoffs for the first time in their team history with a dominant 26-6 win over the New Jersey Generals yesterday.
Woo.
The New Jersey Generals had been 3-0 against the Pittsburgh Maulers in the past 2 seasons. With this win, the Maulers also complete their best record yet so far in a season, which is only 4-6, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Mark Gilbert, he had an interception, which puts him in the lead by himself in the USFL. Mark Gilbert has 4 interceptions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and a couple
Leader,
other leaders
baby.
to finish out the season. And there still are 2 games, but at this point, Tazina, the guy that's been in the lead for the tackles all season, all the way up to last week, has 94 tackles for 10 weeks. Simmons has 862 kick return yards. Nobody has more. And Henny has 297 punt return yards. Nobody has more.
Defense and special teams carries this team, man.
Absolutely. Chris Blewett went for a 59-yard field goal. However, the ball was snapped clear over the head of the holder. You know, the special teams, you hit it on the head. But you know what? If you watch this team, you follow this team, you could see that they could potentially be an all-around good team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got 3 receivers on this team that are pretty good. You know, Williams at quarterback. There's just
Hold on, I had their lineup here because it is some pretty good play. Like Williams, Henny's really well. He plays really well on offense. He's the wide receiver. Gaithers, he shows up a lot.
He's the other one. He
too.
gets
yeah. They have talent there. Like but you know, this team it's all defense, primarily defense and special teams.
I mean, they specialize in forcing turnovers. They do it week in, week out.
Yeah, the strip sack for a touchdown.
Strip sack for it's always a big play with these guys. They have 4 wins on the season. 2 of them were against Michigan. One of them was against Philadelphia, and one of them was, of course, yesterday against New Jersey.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 teams in our division. We beat all of our wins came within the division, which is good until after next week. Because tonight, the Philadelphia Stars play Michigan, and whoever wins this game is who the Maulers play next week in the playoffs. The cool thing is this: if Michigan wins and knocks Philadelphia out, the Maulers are the 1 seed in the North Division.
No way.
Which, going back to what I was saying with the 4-6 record, of course, it does seem, like a not so great record. However, you always got to go back to the Arlington Renegades in the XFL.
Yes.
Who either finished with this same record or something really close. They got in the playoffs, got hot, and you know what? They were the team that got hot at the right time. And in the way that this Maulers team dominated, this New Jersey team, like I said, beat us 3 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they dominated, especially that second half. That defense just took over because it was like 9-6. It was kind of a close game for a little bit, and then the big play, like I mentioned earlier, was that strip sack that who picked it up and scored? Walker, I think it was.
I can't recall, but yeah.
But we had this, that return for a touchdown, and that changed the game right there. Then that defense, it was Walker, and then that defense just dominated the rest of the way. They were not giving up anything, and the offense held up their end of the bargain as well. And they were rocking and rolling.
I mean, New Jersey did nothing. They didn't even score a touchdown. Time of possession was 34-17 for the Maulers, 25-43 for New Jersey. Total plays was 59 for Pittsburgh, 52 for New Jersey. Total yards 257 for Pittsburgh, 246 for New Jersey. Red zone. This is the one that gets me. The red zone touchdowns. The Maulers were 2 for 3, and New Jersey was 0 for 3. Passing yards, the Maulers had 143 with a touchdown. New Jersey had 123. And rushing, the Maulers had 114 with a touchdown, and New Jersey again with 123.
But 0 touchdowns.
0 touchdowns.
You know, that Maulers defense stepping up in the red zone. My God, dude, they had 3 chances to score. New Jersey did, and they hold them out. That's the ball game right there, literally.
I mean, this is the number 1 defense in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't like coming into the game. I think like New Jersey was talking themselves up like they had the best defense. Their defense was really good,
and it was stout. Yeah, no two ways about that. Yeah,
it was a stout defense, but nowhere near as good as this Maulers defense. And our buddy Boogie, he let them know at the end of the game who had the best defense.
Yes, he did. Love Boogie.
Hopefully though, he will be okay for next week's game. I don't know what injury he had, but he was limping pretty bad coming off the field. But that injury did not dampen his spirits.
No, and the thing is, he's still walking around after the game, talking to people. If it was something serious,
I don't think he would have been there.
And then there was one point he came out of the injury tent. The first time he was ready to go back out on the field, and made a last minute decision not to do so. I think I hope the Boogie's okay. I'm not really afraid of this Michigan team. As I said, we beat them twice. In Philadelphia, we beat once. And the other game was a good game, I think, if I'm remembering right.
Mm-hmm.
Came down to the end, but so I think that the Maulers stand as good as chance as anybody from the North Division to get into the championship. It'll be the team that they would have to play after that would be my concern. But again, you know what? The consistency of this team has not been their strong point. But if they could get, put together those 3 facets of the game, their offense, their defense, and special teams, and really come at it like they did yesterday with the same approach, I think that they could run with anybody. Of course, Birmingham is in the playoffs over on the other side of the bracket. And I believe the game today, the other game between Houston and I don't recall they play, but that is also today. That's going to decide who Birmingham plays. So got a lot of things going on today.
Yeah, we have New Orleans Breakers versus the Houston Gamblers, Philadelphia Stars versus Michigan Panthers.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Yeah.
So they just gotta get hot. They gotta be that team.
Yeah,
like they gotta be the Arlington Renegades. And nobody ever said that in the history of ever.
Now
everyone more like the Arlington Renegades.
I think everyone in life needs to be, just like them.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be like the Arlington Renegades. When you think you're down and out, you just know you're like, no, we're gonna win. And I'm hoping that catches on in sports where people go, hey, they're going to be the next Arlington Renegades.
I can't wait till Troy Williams learns how good he actually is.
Yeah, because you see the flashes, man. You can see it. You can see it, but it's like it's not a consistent.
There's something upstairs that's holding him back, but he does. He has mad potential, especially in this league. It isn't like he's in the NFL trying to succeed.
Yeah.
I think that once he realizes the potential that he has and what he can do, he's going to become a dangerous player.
Mm-hmm. You just hope he can figure it out right now.
Yeah, right now would be great.
But right now he's doing enough not to lose the game.
Yeah,
and with that defense, and we've seen this in all levels of football, high school, pro, college. If you have a dominant defense, your quarterback needs to just do enough.
Yeah.
Looking at Baltimore Ravens, Trent Dilfer. Just don't turn the ball over. Don't make stupid mistakes. Let the defense do their job, and then you're going to win. And that's all he needs to do right now. Just be a game manager. There's nothing wrong with being a game manager.
So there you have it, everybody. Tonight, the second USFL game, the last game of the weekend, of course, would be between Philadelphia and Michigan. The winner of this game is who the Pittsburgh Maulers will be playing next week up at Tom Benson Stadium, up at the Hall of Fame. 2 games left. All they got to do is go 2-0, win 2 in a row.
That's all you have to do. 1 game at a time, boys. Records are now 0-0. Goal every week is to be 1-0.
They could be a black and gold team to bring home the hardware, man. We were wondering who the next team was going to be.
Who's the next Pittsburgh team to actually win a playoff game or playoff series?
Yeah.
So they can be that team.
But again, they could also be a team that they could go in and get washed next week, which I hope ain't
which is becoming a Pittsburgh tradition, sadly.
Over in soccer, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds take on the Oakland Roots. Game ended in a 0-0 score. That's the eighth non-loss in a row for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That's good, right?
Yeah, you don't lose. You're getting points in the standings. You get that point for the tie. I believe that's how they do it in their league. That's how every soccer league does it. So I'm assuming they should be gathering points, which is good. Don't lose. That's always important, and helps with the standings. I gotta start watching more of their games.
And they're back at it next week. Also, the
I love me some soccer.
WFA, the women's football playoff game with the Passion is next week. So we got the Riverhounds back next week, the Passion back next week, the Maulers back next week. And at this time, that's going to be really, really interesting. And it should have everyone's attention because the Pirates, I feel, are going to be way out of contention at this point. I mean, 1 week from now,
going. Jeez.
Just outside of July, they just couldn't get to July.
No, they couldn't. That's all we asked for them to do, and then they can't do that.
Pittsburgh Pirates lose. Mitch Keller on the hill. They can't get any support whatsoever. They lose 5-0 to Milwaukee Brewers. Pirates are sitting currently with a 34-35 record. Milwaukee's coming back to game 3 with a 36-34 record. The division breaks down like this. Brewers and Phil. I just want to mention that everybody in the division won except for us yesterday. The Brewers are in first place. The Reds are in second place, half game out. The Pirates are in third place, a game and a half out. The Cubs are in fourth, 3 games out. And the Cardinals in the basement with 8.5 games out of first place. So this could go bad. Here's the thing. We just got swept by the Cubs. We're down 2-0 to Milwaukee, where we just threw our 2 best pitchers at them. So today we're throwing Luis Ortiz, who's 1-3 of the 4.64 20Ks thus far against Freddie Peralta. Peralta's record isn't that great. He's 5-6 with the 4.73 and 75 Ks. However, we haven't been able to do anything in the past week. And on top of this, we come home tomorrow to play the Cubs again. This team that just swept us in the division, and they're only 3 games behind us. So this is going to be bad. We're going to be in last place before you know it.
No, I don't think we're going to fall in the last place. It's going to be a 3-team race for first.
Well, here's the thing: the Cubs could pass us. We lose today, the Cubs could pass us tomorrow.
I know. I just have a feeling
Cubs won't do anything. They don't have any pitching.
Keller finished.
I think this is going to come down to the Brewers, Reds, and Pirates. I think the Cubs, they're going to be chipping away, but I don't think they're going to be all the way up there.
I mean, nobody's playing really good baseball except for the Reds.
No, yeah, 7-game win streak. 8-2
It's
in
the
their last
pitching
10.
clock. It's the pitching clock. I'm going to say it.
Oh, I love the pitching clock.
No, pitching clock is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, the Pirates and the Reds are competitive. It's the pitching clock.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that the NL Central has always been
30 years in the pitching clock.
Yeah.
Keller threw for 5. He went 5 innings yesterday, have given up 5 hits, 4 unruns, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. That puts him at 108 strikeouts for the season.
I'm starting to get worried about Keller again.
Well, they're beating him to death.
I know.
He's the only person that's doing anything. He's gonna get
and he's getting no run support. Yeah, he gave up a couple runs this game, 4 of them, but my God, our offense could have done anything to help him out. That would have been great. It's just, you have an ace. You have an ace and you can't do anything with him now.
Rowanzi comes in to spell Keller. He throws for 2 innings, gives up no hits, no earned runs, no walks. He had a K. So maybe Contreras is getting back on track. Things just aren't looking good right now. And the thing was, it hasn't been looking good for a while. If he would have been in any other division that wasn't this division, things weren't looking good for a while. But now things aren't looking good in this division for the Pirates. You know what I mean? Bad. So that's just a whole new level of bad.
Yeah, and when your division's bad and things are going bad, that's like you said, that is not good. We are lucky to be in this weak ass division.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have been out of contention a long time ago. It's just frustrating because Moves
Hunter
could be
Joe's
made.
struggling bad.
Yeah.
He's struggling bad. I don't know how many times he's come in a situation where he could have done something. He just does nothing. He's fallen off completely.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Santana went 2 for 3 with a walk yesterday. So I mean, he would have been the most productive Pirate. Big Stacks, he goes 1 for 4. His hit was a double. But so he went 0 for 4 2 days ago, 0 for 4 yesterday,
Yep.
1 for 4 last night, 1 for 12 he went in the past 3 days. This is our big guy. Now to put this into perspective for you fellas, just bear with me for a moment. So Big Stacks was 1 for 12 over the past 3 days. I just want to give you a list of the things that Otani out and for the Angels leads for that team. He leads in runs, hits, home runs, walks, RBIs, stolen bases, average, on base percentage, slugging, wins, ERA, strikeouts. Now, I'm not saying that Big Stack should be in top of everything, but he went 1 for 12 and it was against a bad team.
Yep.
This guy over here, he's a freak. What we have, he's a joke.
Here's what I'm noticing too amongst Pirates fans. People are now saying Bucco fans are being too hard on Big Stacks. You know, he's on pace. You know, for like 80 ribbies and like 20 home runs. You know, he's the best player they have. Cut him some slack. There's no one around him. Just what is it with Pirate fans and coddling their stars that don't live up to expectations? I don't get it. You know, you're the $100 million man. You better perform up to that level. And he's not. If he was performing up to that level, we wouldn't be criticizing him. We would be singing praises to him. And you know, that this is the price that you pay being the superstar of the team, the best player on the team. You're going to get the criticism when it deserves and the praise
when somebody decides to pay you that kind of money. Of course,
you have to perform. He hasn't done anything since that contract signing. It's very disappointing because before he signed it, his trajectory this year is going to be damn good numbers all over the place.
I mean, here's the thing.
And now he's not.
Does he lead the team in anything? I think maybe doubles. He has about 20 doubles on the season. But I mean, compared to what this other guy, this fellow out in California, I mean, what we have is nothing. This guy's not, he leads the team in nothing. He don't even lead, in home runs. He leads
278 is his batting average. That leads the team. That should be way higher. 38 ribbies. That should be a bit higher. And 70 hits. You know, that should be higher as well. He's not doing anything for me.
How many ribbies does he have? 30?
70. Or 30, 38.
Dude, he's not even on pace to get 100 RBIs. I know we still got about another week and a half here, but considering he's probably not going to get 12 RBIs in that period of time. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull.
And we're too hard on him. Anybody? That's crazy.
Yeah,
he should be held accountable when you make that money.
Let's see, 278.
So that's a free pass to get rich and do absolutely nothing for him. We're all just going to sit around and go, hey, yeah, Brian Reynolds.
In the National League, he sits 43rd in batting average. 43rd.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What do you think, Derpy? You're a baseball guy. I want your insight. What do you think about this guy?
162.
Yeah, but you know what? They're getting close to 81, and he's far. I mean,
under 162. I'll stand by that. It's not even the push yet.
He's 43rd in ribbies. 43rd in ribbies.
I mean,
that is terrible.
You know, that's all right.
Is that Reynolds? Is that Reynolds?
Yeah, he's 43rd in the National League in batting average and in runs batted in. This is a joke.
I mean, I have no problem.
Chris Boswell.
I have no problem at all continuing this conversation at the end of the season after 162. I'm confident that our stance isn't going to change much. But
he jumps up to 38 for hits. So he's in the bottom 30, or not even in like the top 30 in some key, historical averages.
That's all I can say.
How can you be optimistic when this guy has been in like a
because it's the first half of the season.
Yeah, but your team was in the World Series at least in this century.
That just keeps
easy for you to say.
Moving the goalpost.
That's how Lindor was that year, though.
We've been sitting on our hands for over 30 years with this team. I mean, how patient can we be? How much more
And I
patient
do-
will we be?
That's all Pirates fans are told is be patient, be patient. Don't worry. The team,
These last
be
30 years were
patient. We're going to
nothing.
build a good team. Oh, guys struggling, be patient. It's early.
We're running out of patience in Pittsburgh with these guys.
It's the first.
At least your team won a World Series after 1948.
I haven't seen one since I've never had a World Series in my life. I've never had a team come close to winning a World Series in my life.
Fair.
I barely remember
I
the
was
team
still
being
shitting myself
competitive.
when the last time they won.
Yeah, they won in what, 78?
Yeah, 79.
78, 79. Yeah, I wasn't even born yet. A whole nother year till I was born. So yeah, this team in my life, they've had that I can remember. Actually, they've had like 6 good seasons.
Baseball's
Pirates
just
are
like
lighting
that,
up.
though. It's just weird. Second half is more important. The first half.
First half's important as well because
like just getting the easy wins that you can.
Yeah, because right now we're digging ourselves into a hole. You know,
I want to know why it's like this for us, but not everybody else. I mean, you got teams that are consistently they get
nobody
good.
expected you guys to be this competitive this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, this is what
like
year 4 of a 5th-year rebuild, and we're hoping for 500.
Yeah.
So on the lighter side, for us at least, in the Pirate news, anybody hear this story? That piece could be an Oriole fan. That's right. You know what? The Orioles have been more successful than we've been.
That is true.
However, we are the team that did beat them twice in the World Series in the 70s. So you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'll take that optimism.
Get this, guys. Did you hear this? The bus driver. Did you hear this?
Oh, yeah, I saw
that. The bus driver that was hired to transport the Pirates from Chicago to Milwaukee last week.
I said that, I think. Was
stopped during the journey and charged with the DUI.
Is Bob Huggins moonlighting as a bus driver?
Right. This cat was driving erratically. The police noticed, pulled him over, gave him a DUI. He was loaded.
You know what? That's on par for the Pirates. I know the guy. He's not an employee of the Pirates, but just of the service, the bus service. But my
God,
vibe
of the Pirates, though.
That is just on brand for the Buckeyes. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yeah,
that's what a Pirate's supposed to be, though.
That's true. It's true. He should be stumbling through life drunk. He actually. That guy should be the new Pirate mascot.
Yeah. Game 3 today, 2-10. Finish this series up. We're already down 2-0 with the Brewers. The big battle for first place. We did nothing in this series, and I mean nothing. They come home tomorrow to start another series against the Cubs. The Cubs just swept us right before this series that we're in.
See, karma. You talked about my team in that series.
What series?
You got karma with the Cubs.
Oh. Mike, why don't you tell everybody about the website?
TwoDumbYinzers.com. Head on over there for all your Two Dumb Yinzers needs. We have links for everything and anything Two Dumb Yinzers, especially that merchandise store where you can buy that Bob Nothing merch, show your displeasure, show your anger and hatred and frustration of the worst owner in sports history. All at TwoDumbYinzers.com.
All right, guys. Last day of Milwaukee Brewers trivia.
Thank God.
This might be easy.
This is the hardest.
You have to stop for a second and think. But I think that you just might be able to get this, especially Derpy. He follows baseball pretty regularly. But this isn't one of them kind of off the wall. What kind of underwear do the Brewers wear? You know what I mean? This is a legit. You may know. All right, ready? P on the board. Here we go. Who was the first Brewer to hit 50 home runs in a season? Take a moment, think about that. Who was the first Brewer to hit 50 home runs in a season? Don't forget, everybody, we are live 7 days a week. We're on our summer schedule at the time, and we are on every day, Monday through Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Join
There's
us.
only 2 guys I can think of, Mike.
And the show is uploaded over on Spotify at 8 o'clock in the evening every day of the show that we do that day. So if you just like to listen to the show, go over to Spotify after 8 and check it out. All right, guys. So here we are. Question of the day. Last Brewer question. Who was the first Brewer to hit 50 home runs in a season? I'm gonna start with Mike. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea. You want to take a guess just so you can not guess and guarantee to be wrong.
I don't even know any Brewer power hitters. My God. Did Hank Aaron play for Milwaukee for a while?
I don't know. You want to go with Hank Aaron?
No, I don't think because I don't know. No, let's go with did Tony Gwynn Jr. play there?
Tony Gwynn Jr. I don't know. Was there a Tony Gwynn Jr.?
Was there
That's
Tony
actually a
Gwynn?
good guess.
That's
That
who I'm
might
going
be.
with. Fuck it. That's who I'm going with.
You want to go Tony Gwynn Jr.? I don't even know there is a Tony Gwynn Jr. But we're
Yeah,
gonna lock
I'm
you
going
in.
with what P's saying. Was it the guy who got busted on the piss test? That's who I'm going with. Was that Bauer?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going with what. Yeah, who's P's saying? Yeah, we're going with that guy.
That's who you're going with. All right.
Yeah.
Derpy, tell him who it is.
I'm gonna go Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Lock Derpy in on a Prince Fielder. All right, one more time. Who was the first Brewer to hit 50 home runs in a season? I'm still not quite sure who Mike picked, but it's not correct. The answer is, in fact, Prince Fielder. Him and his dad, Cecil Fielder, are the first dad-son combination to hit 50 home runs in a season. So there you have it. Prince Fielder. Mike, I think if you remembered he was there, I think you might have picked him.
How can you not
I
think of
would've-
Prince Fielder when he was at PNC just hitting bombs?
No, he was the big fat guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who
He was just
couldn't-
hitting bombs.
Yeah, he was a beast, man. You couldn't get this guy out. So there you have it. Derpy, you got anything
Ryan
for us?
Braun. Ryan Braun, who that's who we were trying to figure
That's who
out.
you were going for, Ryan
Yeah.
Braun.
I
Ryan
was
Braun.
thinking
Yeah.
him or Yelich. Those are the only three I could think of that could probably
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I forgot about Christian Yelich now. Yeah.
P said he was Prince Fielder, maybe. That was the answer, P. Prince Fielder was the correct
Prince
answer.
Fielder, baby.
Ryan Braun did, in fact, look like a lemur. But that's beside the point.
He looked like a lemur.
He did look like a lemur. Derpy, what do you got for us to send us off to finish out the week? Actually, we're going to be back tomorrow for Monday to begin the whole new week. Anything to finish us off?
Well, I played baseball. Everyone knows
Okay.
I love baseball.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they're just playing ball.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Mike, what
That's all
about
you
you?
can do.
That's perfect for Little League, but not for the pros. Brian Reynolds, get your head out your ass, fucking produce. Imagine if he was held to the same level of scrutiny of like I don't know, Ben Roethlisberger or a Latang or a
Right.
Crosby. This dude would wilt under the pressure.
Yeah.
Also, screw the Toronto Blue Jays.
No, I love
You
the
know why.
Toronto Blue. I love the Toronto Blue Jays. I love it when they're hitting home runs, bat flipping. That's when baseball is fun.
So there you have it, everybody. I just want to say thank you for checking us out. We're going to be back tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Hope that you continue to check us out. There is only 84 days as of right now. 84 days. Who was that? Antonio Brown, number 84.
Yes.
84 days till the NFL season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, at least, kicks off. 84 days. Hey, for Derpy, Mike, Ryan, the two dumb Yinzers, everybody have a great Father's Day. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.